What kind of insane laugh is that? Think she'd put the Wicked Witch of the West to shame. G'day guys, Holy Critics signing in. If you're into old school detective dramas, forgotten TV gems, or just love watching legends like Robert Mitchum and Ernest Borgnine try their hand at comedy, then Hoodwinked might just tickle your fancy. It's got mobsters, nudist spas, and wild plane chasers. What more could you possibly want? Give it a shot, you might just get hooked.
The poet wrote, "Of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these, it might have been."
You see that cove over there? Well, I'd like to build a house right there. Marry you, live in it, and never go anywhere else.
I wish you would.
Yeah?
But I didn't take anything. I didn't you? Won't you believe it?
Baby, I don't care.
I had been to too many places with too many people.
I don't want to die.
Neither do I, baby, but if I have to, I'm gonna die last.
I hadn't always prevailed, but I had survived.
Sorry, mister.
Kid, you got a great left hook.
What?
Nothing. There comes a time in life when you start tripping over memories. Lately, I'd been making a lot of those trips. It was a day like most other days since I retired about a century ago. Jake Spanner, private investigator. My motto was, to the ends of the earth and then some. I was never sure what it meant, but it had a ring to it that I liked. Private eyes don't have any pension plan, but I was getting by. At least I wasn't eating cat food, yet. At night, I'd read detective stories and watch TV. And during the day, I'd sit in the sun like a lizard and wait for nothing to happen while I'd think about the good old days and nights.
Jake? Jake Spanner!
Yeah. I was in pretty good shape for my age, but in no condition for the cross-country.
Jake! Wait up! Hey, Jake! Spanner!
I decided to make a stand while I still had some steam.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Give us both coronaries?
Hello, Sal. Back when I was sort of a cop and Salvatore Piccolo was an honest-to-God crook, I got him sent up to San Quentin for a lot of years. Sal swore he'd kill me. A couple of his boys tried. They died trying. In the old days, they called him Sal the Salami. I didn't know what they called him these days.
What'd you run for?
For my life.
Jake, that was 24, 25 years ago.
I still want my life.
Who doesn't? Those first 10 years, I went to bed killing you every night.
I didn't do that to you, Sal. You did that to yourself.
It took me 10 years to realize it. And then,
Then you got religion.
I got self-knowledge.
Oh, so you came here to tell me I can quit worrying, is that it?
No, Jake, that's not it. Come on. Thanks. Hey, you play golf?
No, this is to keep the dogs from peeing on my leg. It looks like you're doing all right.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I may have been stupid, but I wasn't a jerk. What about yourself?
Well, I wasn't stupid, but I was a jerk.
Well, today I'd trade places with you.
Done.
Jake, I got a granddaughter. Young kid. Beautiful girl. And... Jake... she's been grabbed.
What, kidnapped?
3 days ago. I haven't slept since.
Did you go to the police? Sally, you still connected? Will this have anything to do with...
No. I can't go to the police. They said they'd kill her. Besides, the police don't look on me with favor.
So, what are you going to do?
Pay off. $750,000.
You have that much?
By selling everything. They must have known it. I'm paying off tonight.
So you'll have nothing left.
I'll have my granddaughter.
What about her parents?
Her father's dead. Her mother, my daughter, Miss Roundheels, is sleeping away across the continent, trying to pretend she's sweet and desirable.
They let you talk to the kid?
Yeah. Her name is Mary Ann. Listen, Jake, I want you to go with me on a drop tonight.
You're crazy.
No, I mean it.
Why?
Well, the usual reasons, backup, moral support, whatever.
No, I mean, why me?
Why not you?
Sal, didn't you just see me run 20 yards and damn near croak?
But this doesn't involve running. It involves trust and my granddaughter's life.
No, get somebody younger. Somebody that doesn't get tangled up in his own putter.
I don't want anybody younger. People always divide this world into us and them. When you're older, it's always them. Them that get screwed.
Sal.
Jake, there's nothing between us. No love, no friendship. Nothing maybe except some understanding and respect.
Sal.
Jake, I'm scared. This is my granddaughter. All I got left in my life. Please.
Well, I think we're both making a mistake, but I'll do it.
Thanks, Jake.
Come on, I don't want your money, Sal. I'm not doing this for pay, it's for the kid.
You're gonna get paid anyhow. $500 for the night, okay?
Okay, for one night. I'll be the oldest private eye in the world. While we walked back towards Sal Piccolo's car, we went over the preliminaries. I had no idea the main event would be murder.
Yoo-hoo! Mr. Spather!
Widow Bernstein, the former Bridget Louise O'Malley, was also my landlady. Every time she yoo-hooed, I was afraid she was going to raise the rent. Mrs. Bernstein spent a lot of time watering her begonias, even when her begonias didn't need watering.
Fancy dancy. So you found maybe a rich young widow?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Bernstein.
Would you like to come to dinner tonight? Cook cabbage rolls. Mr. Bernstein taught me how, and I got plenty.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Bernstein, but I have a previous engagement.
With Mrs. Fancy Dancy?
No, an old acquaintance. Maybe some other time.
Well, don't worry. I'll cook another batch of cabbage rolls. I'll never forget. I made them the night Mr. Bernstein died.
Well, maybe I'll have better luck. Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming. Buonasera, Sal.
You ready, Jake?
I'm afraid so. Did you bring the money?
I took a cab like you said. Jake, you got a heater?
I haven't carried a piece since Mickey Cohen was convicted.
Carry one tonight.
What, so he can shoot off some of my toes?
I'll feel better. Okay. For me, Jake.
Okay, all right. It's your party. For our funeral.
Interesting car.
Yeah. I got it a few years ago from a client in lieu of fee.
That's so.
Yeah. She didn't need it anymore.
Why not?
She was dead.
Jake, what's the rattle?
The trunk lid's loose.
Oh?
So's my head.
This is it. About a mile ahead, we leave the money on the bridge and go back. Then I get a phone call saying where to pick up Mary Ann.
Sure you do. Hey, what the hell's that?
Oh, yeah, they said the road would be blocked. We just have to pull it aside.
Well, no, stay put. I'll get it. As I walked toward the barrier, I had a feeling of déjà vu. It was that Raymond Chandler novel, Farewell, My Lovely, all over again. Philip Marlowe, with his client Lindsay Marriott, were delivering a payoff for a string of Fetsui jade in one of the deserted canyons off the coast road. As I bent down, I heard Sal holler my name.
Jake!
In the book, Marlowe got sapped and dove into a bottomless pit. So did I. The sap man knew his business all right. He laid it right behind my ear. There were 100 rattlesnakes loose in my head. But maybe Sal wasn't so lucky. Sal. Sal. Sal, you okay?
I'm lousy.
Good. Means you're still alive. What happened? Did they get the money?
Yeah, there were two of them. A big Mahuska and a ski mask. And he came at you and I hollered.
And then what happened?
And then a big car pulls out and blocks the road and a little guy jumped out waving a cannon.
Was he masked too?
Yeah, real nervous guy. Talked funny.
He made jokes?
No, he had a high, squeaky voice. He said he wanted the money, nobody get killed.
And then what?
Then I heard something behind me and the lights went out.
Yeah, it's the sap man again.
You think it could be the kidnappers?
Well, I hope so. Sal, did you get a look at the car? What kind, or what color or anything?
It was dark. Black or blue, maybe red. Could have been a Buick, an Olds, Chrysler. They all look alike nowadays.
Swell.
But, Jake, I got the middle number of the license plate, AM7. The corners were covered with dirt.
AM7. California place?
Yeah.
Sal, you did good. Better than me. You want me to come in while you wait for your call, Sal?
Go home, Jake. Get some sleep. I'll phone you when I get the call.
Sal, sorry it turned out this way.
Good night, Jake.
Would it have been different in the old days, the good old days? Maybe, Jake Spanner. Maybe not. But tonight, you blew it, old Dick. Hello.
Jake, they called. It wasn't the kidnappers who got the dough.
Damn.
They gave me 4 days and upped the ante 100 grand.
Damn. Can you raise it?
Maybe. I'm on my way to the airport now. Gonna try some out-of-town connections.
I think you ought to try the cops.
That's out. Jake, you gotta stay on this case.
Haven't I screwed things up enough?
Will you quit feeling sorry for yourself? Think of Marianne. And you got the license plate to go on. And then that big Mahuska with the sap and the shrimp with the squeaky voice. Check it out with some of your friends on the police force, but keep me out of it, huh?
Most of my friends on the force are dead.
Well, dig 'em up. Please, Jake. Look, take down this number. It's an answering service. They'll get through to me even if I'm out of town.
The truth is, I didn't have anything better to do. Besides, there was a kid's life at stake, and what was left of my pride. The old Dick was back on the case.
Hut, 2, 3, 4. Hut, 2, 3, 4. Hut, hut, 2, 3, 4. Hut, 2, 3.
I did have a cop friend who wasn't dead. The only trouble was he wasn't a cop anymore. But he was still my kid brother. His name was Jonathan Patrick Spanner. I usually called him JP. He was liable to call me anything.
You back again? It's only been a month. What are you, a bill collector?
Who's winning?
Just beat the Dodgers, 17-zip.
Who's pitching?
Me against Hershiser. You come to take this thing back?
No, that's yours to keep.
Well, thanks. Sit. Bring me anything to drink?
You know you're not supposed to drink.
You know, this stuff comes in quarts, too. The hell kind of a name is Levy Select for Irish whiskey?
House brand. So, what's new?
Hear about Buchanan?
No.
Dead. Keeled over in the doctor's waiting room.
Oh, hell.
Could be worse.
How?
Could be us.
Yeah, right.
Did you take your medicine this morning, soldier?
Well, yes, sir.
Don't forget we get another dose at 7.
Yes, sir. I'd like to give her a dose.
Hey, JP, can you get a pass?
Sure. No, Jake, you're beginning to look like an old prune. Too much sun. I've thrown away old boots with a better complexion than yours. What's that rattle?
The trunk lid's loose.
Why don't you fix it?
I got other things need fixing.
Here you are, sir. Why don't you load a burrito special?
JP, I need some help.
You eat that crap, you'll need a doctor.
I gave him a slightly edited version of the events, leaving out Sal Piccolo's name. My brother might not have been too keen on helping out an old crook like the salami.
Jake, aren't you getting a little old for this sort of stuff? Why the hell don't you act your age?
If I acted my age, I'd be in a box. Now, about that partial license.
I suppose you want to go see a certain lieutenant.
Good idea.
Just like the old days. JP and Jake on the case.
Jake and JP. Remember who's buying the booze.
Hey, Ross. Good to see you. You too, Uncle Jake. Come on in. Haven't seen you for a while.
Lieutenant, do you have the Madison file?
I gave it to Fanutis.
Have a chair.
I want a chair.
I do.
So, what are you two old wolves up to? Chasing widows and waitresses?
We want you to run a partial license.
What?
Watch my lips. We...
I heard you. Uncle Jake, are you in on this?
Well, I do have a certain...
Shut up, Jake. I'm the one who's asking.
Oh, come on. Pop, you know what the rules are. You know that I can't...
I know what you can and what you can't if you want to. What am I, some jerk that just came in off the street? Or am I the guy who paid to put braces on your teeth so you'd look like Robert Redmond? The guy who sent you through college so you wouldn't wind up like your poor old dad in a veteran's home?
Pop, I have begged you to move in with me and Vivian and the kids.
I don't want to move in with you and Vivian and the kids. I want that damned partial license. Repeat, that damned partial license. And I'm going to get it!
Uncle Jake, how do you put up with him?
I've never seen him like this. Not for 2-3 hours. What do you know? We left the station with what we came for. JP got a pass for a couple days' leave from Sawtell.
Make sure he gets his medicine. So long, soldier.
So long, Miss Enema.
On the way home, we stopped for some medicine. Hell, there must be 1,000 possibles.
All in the line of glamorous police work. Well, at least the company's sour.
Each line had a license number, a car make and model, and a name and address, starting at AAM 700 and ending with ZAM 799. In the old days, cars used to be named after people. Chrysler, DeSoto, Hudson, Ford. We found out that today they could be named after a European city, Cordoba, or an offensive weapon, cutlass, a predatory animal, cougar, or something simple, like SKG-7. It took us 4 hours to eliminate all but 78 possibilities.
If we had more time, we could do it.
Yeah, if the South had more cannonballs, they'd have won the war.
So what do we do?
JP, you look like a fugitive from a funeral parlor.
Well, thanks. You don't look so hot yourself. So what do we do?
Tonight we hit the hay. Tomorrow, if we live that long,
Yeah?
we get up around noon.
Yeah, and then?
And then, first the X-Lax goes to work, and then we do.
Hey, Jake, what are we doing here? This joint's for old geezers.
Never mind, Junior. Just walk this way. Permission to come aboard, Commodore?
Jacob Aloysius Spanner, you old son of a sea cook. What can I do for you, mate?
Well, it's like this, Commodore.
Yo, sport. Want to share a snort of sour mash?
Ma'am?
You look like a bourbon man. Neat?
Sure.
Me too.
All right, gather around now, boys and girls. Belay the music. Now, our old friend here, Jacob Aloysius Spanner, is in a little distress. Nothing that we can't handle. Jacob, why don't you give them the poop?
I explained that all they had to do was find these cars. If they were dark-colored sedans, size up the driver and call in. We'd do the rest. We passed out copies of the license numbers and sent them on their way. Make that Waze.
What do these old people know about finding cars?
You'd be surprised.
We know quite a bit, mostly about stealing them.
How's that?
That's how we fund our benevolent enterprise.
You mean that you...
I mean, we steal cars.
Golden Oldies Boosters Club.
That's what we boost. Cars. Exclusively from the rich.
and sometimes convicted felons who can't get insurance. Their names appear in the daily papers. You realize that just a few years ago, some of our people were foraging out of dumpsters from behind donut shops and grocery stores? Who would suspect these fine old banked fires of society?
Not the police.
But Jacob did. However, he kept our little secret. We owe him one. Safe harbors, Jacob.
Is he a real Commodore?
As far as I know, he's never been on a boat. The next couple of days, we had more operatives on the streets than the Pinkertons. JP manned the phone, while the boosters descended on driveways, staked out on streets, followed on freeways. Some of the operatives even took pictures of the suspects. And I suspect a number of the more enterprising boosters did a little boosting on the side. I followed up on the most likely leads.
I'm gonna bust you one. Come on, get it.
He was short enough. The next thing I had to do was to find out if he talked funny.
Members only, Gramps.
How much to join?
25 skins. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Got just one rule here, brother. Either take it off or take off.
He's got an inferiority complex.
Come on, Pop. Don't be bashful. You've got nothing to hide.
Excuse me. It's time for my milk.
In the old-fashioned way, come close where you belong.
In 48 hours, we were down to 19 possibilities. Sal Piccolo called in a panic. Time was running out, and he was having trouble raising a wad. I did my best to sound optimistic. The act was a dud.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Where the hell you been?
Nag, nag, nag. I had a few belts and a few bars.
Oh, swell.
Where cops hang out. Nobody knows the names of anybody that's on this list, but...
But what?
One of the cars is registered to a company, Transcend Import-Export.
So?
So, it seems that this company is connected.
Oh.
Now, the boys all know the name. They clammed up after a while. But, Jake, I've got a gut feeling something's going down.
It's worth a shot, JP. I'll follow up.
Do that. I'm gonna bag a few Z's.
Do that.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Spanner! Don't forget Friday! Cabbage rolls!
There it was, right down to the muddied license plate. SAM 726. I'd been in the wings about an hour, waiting for the cast of characters to make an entrance or exit. At night, in a coat, ski mask, and gun, she could have passed as a short man, but not in daylight. She was very feminine, except for those cold, cruel, tight lips and cold cobra eyes. I tailed the trio as they made a half-dozen stops, at places that were calculated to improve the mind and body. They finally stopped at a place where I could go inside, get a drink, and maybe a make on Little Miss Margaret.
Don't go away thinking you're missed. Call it.
Beer.
$5.
How much for a Coke?
$5.
I'll take the beer. You got a glass?
Business will pick up. See you later, percolator. Next week.
Isn't that Evie Jackson from Detroit?
No, that's Antonia Novella.
Who?
Tony New, from the toilet.
We got her, JP. Thanks to you. Turns out to be a dame. Antonia Novella, also known as Tony New. Reminds me of a female version of Tommy Udo. Who? Tommy Udo, you know that psycho that Richard Widmark played in that picture? Pushed a crippled old lady down the stairs. Laughs crazy like him, too. JP, you don't look good.
Feeling a little fuzzy.
I'm taking you right back to Sawtell, first thing in the morning. You need to see a doctor.
What about Tony New?
I'll wrap up the details tomorrow. I gotta make a call. I got through to Sal Piccolo and asked him if he thought the shrimp could have been a dame in drag. After a slight hesitation, he said it could have been. Then I asked if he'd ever heard of Transcend, Antonio Novella, Tony New. He hadn't. Once again, I tried to be optimistic. This time, the act went better. The next morning, JP was back at Sawtell, and I was at the same old stand. Bingo. I'd had a plan, but suddenly things took a turn for the better. She had the case, and for some reason, she was alone. Minutes later, Tony New came out the door, still alone and still carrying Sal's case.
Hey, move that piece of crap, you dumb cockeyed egg-sucker!
Open the case, Susie.
Are you nuts or something?
Let me make one thing perfectly clear. Either you open the case or I blow your head off. Open it!
Do you know who I am?
You're Tony the Toilet. Now close it and hand it over to me. Easy.
You're a dead man. Dead, dead, dead.
Just give me those keys. Keys, keys, keys. I phoned and got through to Sal. He said he'd be over in 20 minutes. He was.
Damn, Jake. I knew you'd do it. You got it back.
Yeah, but we still haven't got Mary Ann back yet.
We will. I can feel it. For the first time since the drop, I can really feel it.
What about the extra $100 grand?
Good is done. Good is done. Listen, I want you to take 10 G's.
No, you need it for the kid.
I'll take care of you later. But, 500 I won't miss.
Sal.
Take it. Now, about that dame you heisted. Won't she find you?
Find me? She might even have voted for me. She never even saw my kisser. Look, you better get going. You don't want to miss their call.
Right. Cab's waiting. I'll be in touch, Jake. Oh, and you and me and Mary Ann will have dinner.
Good, Sal. I called JP and gave him the news. He was real happy. I asked if he wanted to go out to dinner, and he said he still wasn't feeling so hot. He must not have been to pass up booze. So I took a couple of hits of gin and turned in. I slept the sleep of sublime victory. Knighthood was in flower. God was in his or her heaven. And all was well with the world. Until...
You got a choice, old dick. You give me the dough or say goodbye to your brains.
Too late, Tony. I haven't got the dough.
Who has?
Who knows? Maybe the snatchers by now.
Don't riddle me riddles, old dick. Where's my money?
Search me.
I'll do that.
Nothing here.
But it's somewhere.
Nothing here.
Nothing. You haven't tried the toothpaste?
Get it!
Would you mind telling me how you bird-dogged me?
I got a call from a canary.
Uh-huh. And did the canary have a name?
He didn't say.
And you didn't ask?
I'm asking. Where's my money?
Back with the guy you stole it from, Sal Piccolo.
That breaks it. Old dick. You made me look bad. And I don't like for people to do that. What I'd really like is to snuff you out right now. But you're lucky. Some important people want their money back, and so do I. Now, you got the money from me, and now you're gonna get it back to me, and maybe I won't off you.
Look, Tony.
Shut up! What do you think I am, some dumb diddly you can jerk around? Sal Piccolo, my buns. Sal Piccolo's dead.
Dead?
And you'll be too if I don't get that dough in 24 hours. And it won't be quick. Capiche?
I don't know how long I lay there, shaking on the outside and screaming in the inside, thinking about how I was played for a sucker by Sal the Salami, and thinking about that lady from hell. I thought about how Philip Marlowe might sum things up. All right, old Dick. You've been chased, sapped, suckered, and smeared with toothpaste. You've been pinched and cracked in the shank till you're silly as a pair of waltzing mice. What's going to happen next? Just a minute. Just a minute. Have a little mercy on that door.
Yniguez, narcotics.
No, thanks. I never use the stuff.
Geriatric humor, huh? Can we come in?
Why, sure. Come right on in.
All right, old man. What's your game?
Cribbage, bridge, gin, a little mahjong.
Yeah, that's just what we need. 100-year-old joker. Toss the place.
Would you care to show me some legal document, like a search warrant?
No.
Suppose I file a complaint.
Suppose you did, then there'd be a warrant in the file.
Nice. Sergeant, I got the feeling it's going to be a long day. Why don't we enjoy some coffee while Tonto here plays search and destroy?
All right.
Okay, now what can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Spanda, you can start by telling me about your connection with Antonia Novella, otherwise known as Tony New.
Never heard of her.
Who was that lady that you entertained just before dawn?
Oh, was that Novella? I never did get her name.
No? What was she doing here?
She was looking for the previous tenant.
The previous tenant moved out in 1948.
Has it been that long?
She was here quite a while. Doing what?
Well, we had some coffee and we discussed the international situation.
What are you doing with the DMV printer?
I don't remember.
Yeah? Well, I remember you and Kevin's old man in the lieutenant's office the other day. What about this?
Is it a crime to be a Republican?
You were the guy who heisted Tony New. We got a dozen cops who saw you. We have it on videotape. We had Transand staked out.
Why?
Why? I'll tell you why. Because Tony was the middle person in the cocaine operation, and we were onto her. But we were moving in slow and careful. Yesterday, she was going to make a pickup and a delivery because we were going to bust them all till you showed up with this.
Did you at least get the cocaine?
Oh, we got the cocaine, 15 kilos, L.A. airport. That was the first order of business. You were the second.
It seems logical.
Thought you were real cute smearing the license plate, huh? Where's the money?
It's back with my client, the guy Tony stole it from in the first place.
Oh, yeah? And who's that?
Sal Piccolo, that's who's that.
Sal Piccolo? So the money's with Sal Piccolo. That means it's 6 feet under in a cemetery because Sal Piccolo's been dead for over 3 months.
You know you're the second person who's told me that.
Sergeant, somebody already tossed the bed.
He talks.
Okay, Gene. That means Tony got what she came for, and we've been wasting our time with you.
Aw, just when I was beginning to fall in love.
I can bust you on 10 counts, and maybe I will.
After you talk to Lieutenant Spanner?
Ah, you better stick around, old man.
From your lips to God's ear. After Sergeant Yniguez and his faithful companion left, I called Sal's phone service. They said he had canceled his account, no forwarding phone number, and he paid cash in advance. So they had no billing address on Mr. Piccolo. But I had an address on Mr. Piccolo. Is Sal Piccolo here? Who? So much for the late Mr. Piccolo. I had to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to somebody. Who else was there?
So, what do you think? I think you've been had, you dumb jackass.
Well, that clears it all up.
Didn't you read the newspaper that Piccolo died?
I haven't read a paper since they cost a quarter.
You think Piccolo knew that?
If I had known, Salami would have come up with a different story.
Probably. He always was a devious devil. Jake, I think you're up the proverbial creek. But I'll do what I can.
You?
I'm going to my kids for a couple of days.
The doc say it was okay? I hope we didn't get Kevin in any trouble with that printout.
No, he's all right. Take care of himself, like his old man.
Hey there, soldier. Hold up a minute.
You!
I understand you'll be away for a few days.
Gotta go to court. Knocked up this little waitress in Burbank.
I won't be here when you get back. I go on vacation for a month.
Where you going?
Yuma.
Yuma? A lot of rattlesnakes in Yuma. They'd better be careful. Say, are you a Catholic?
Baptist.
When you get back, if you convert, maybe we'll get married.
So long, soldier.
Bye-bye, bedpan.
I dropped JP off at one of his cop bars. He was going to do a little more drinking and digging. See what else he could find out about Tony New, my favorite female psycho. My next stop was the Hollywood Library and their microfilm records on the local newspapers. The story was buried on page 6, but it noted the death of ex-gangster Sal Piccolo. It also mentioned the name of the rooming house manager who had survived the blaze, one Herbert Soames. I looked Soames up in the book and phoned him. Told him I'd like to ask a few questions. Just before he hung up, he told me to go screw myself. They could have been muggers or cops, and I was in no mood for either one.
Hey, man, what you rolling?
Acapulco Gold?
Yeah, see, Pete, I told you.
Well, what do you say to sharing some of it?
I say put an egg in your shoe and beat it.
Hey, Pete, old bird talks tough.
I am tough.
How much muscle you got?
About 1.5 pounds. I'll beat it before I ventilate your brain.
Hey, easy, man. We're moving.
Man, what the hell is this country coming to anyway? Pull a piece like that in broad daylight.
Greetings.
One room left, 35 a week, and a dance, no cooking. Of course, under special circumstances, exceptions can be made.
I don't want a room, Mr. Soames. Just some information.
Are you the one who called?
Yes.
I thought I told you to go.
Now, wait a minute. It's impossible. I didn't say I wanted free information. Genuine coin of the realm.
This won't buy a hell of a lot.
I don't want a hell of a lot.
You can come in. For 1 minute.
The room was unfit for rats, but they didn't seem to notice.
Well, what do you want to know about?
About the fire.
Yeah. You know, the inspector said he thought it was set on purpose. 4 people were killed and 1 survived.
Do you remember a tenant named Sal Piccolo?
Yeah. Named like a musical instrument. He didn't get away. Cool. Talk about being burned to a crisp.
Just Piccolo?
Ah, the 4 of them at the barbecue.
How were they identified?
By their rooms. You want a beer?
No, thanks.
Some like it cold. I like it warm. British blood, you know.
Do you remember the name of the man who survived?
Winchester. Yeah, like in the rifle.
And the cathedral? Nothing. You happen to remember his first name?
Horace? No, that's it. Horace Winchester.
Is he still around?
Nah. That's a funny thing. I haven't seen him since. Here. Do you think it was Winchester who set that fire?
It's possible, Mr. Soames. But then anything is possible. Here, buy yourself a 6-pack of warm beer. Why didn't Sal correct the mistaken identity? Want people to think he was dead? Was it because he became Horace Winchester? Did he set the fire and kill 4 people just to cover his tracks? Piccolo wanted everybody in the world to think he was dead. Everybody except me. Why was he setting me up? And for what? I'd try to find out. I'd already found out that with the salami, anything was possible.
Sorry, sir. Club's closed. Open at 8 p.m.
Could you, give this to Sandra, please? During the 50s and 60s, Sandra was a movie star. Times changed, and so did Sandra Summers. But she still had a pipeline into everything going on in town, and then some.
Come in, sir.
It was always a pleasure to see Sandra, and pleasure was her motto.
Jake. Oh.
Before supper?
For supper. Thank you, Marvin.
Marvin?
Come on in. I'm just breaking in some new acts. Lydia let go of her boob. This is a dignified joint. Still fits, huh, Jake?
And you're still looking good, Sandria.
Sandria, you're the only one who ever called me that. What can I do for you, Jake?
You knew Sal Piccolo? Did you know him good?
Sal the Salami. I knew him intimately. His nickname had nothing to do with the delicatessen. What do you want to know?
What happened to him?
He went down in flames.
No, I mean, when he got out of the slammer.
You sent him up, didn't you?
Yeah?
Clean?
Well, he deserved it. Let's just say I created a situation.
No kidding.
Anyhow, the way I heard it, he was pretty well off when he got out.
What? You could stash his wad under a sitting duck. Busted flat. Can you believe it? A guy who used to own a big piece of this town.
So what did he do?
Small-time scams. He even tried running a 3-card Monte swindle at a senior citizen center. Hands too stiff, couldn't make the queen disappear. He hit bottom in that termite trap.
Yeah, I just met the proprietor.
Lydia! Lydia, I am gonna come over there and kick you in the crotch if you don't cut that out. But you know something, Jake? A few days before the Salami bought the farm, he came to see me.
Here?
Yeah. Said he had set something up. Something that was gonna make him big again.
What?
Didn't say. But he did mention this young dish, fast riser in certain circles.
A dish named Antonia Novella?
That's the party. Tony knew. Want to tell me why the 20 questions?
The Salami is alive.
What?
Probably going by the name of Horace Winchester. He set me up a few nights back. Hired a sap man. I thought maybe you could find out who.
Maybe. I thought you were retired.
Yeah, so did I. Thank you, Sandra.
Jake. My pleasure is your pleasure.
I owe you.
Wrong, Jake. I can't ever pay you back for that jam you got me out of in Tijuana.
Tijuana? Never heard of the place.
To the ends of the earth, and then some.
Did you pick up anything? Besides gas?
Excuse me. I found out something about Sal's granddaughter.
Nice to know he has one.
Well, he has one, all right. Sal's daughter married this taxi driver, and they had an offspring who was picked up at the age of 11 for gutting cats with a razor blade.
Nice kid.
Yeah, and this kid grew up to be Maria Antonio Novella, also known as Tony New.
Little Mary Ann. Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, you and me too.
We figured Sal's limo was a rental and probably under the name of Horace Winchester. We shot 13 blanks and then hit the bullseye. Not exactly. The manager acknowledged the Horace Winchester rental for that day, but that's all he'd acknowledge. No address or telephone number on Mr. Winchester. Company policy kept that information confidential. JP and I cooked up a scam to make it unconfidential.
How do you do, sir? I'm Wellington Warren, at your service.
Greetings, Mr. Warren. I'm the fellow who called about Winchester.
I'm sorry, sir, as I told you before, that information
is confidential. Yes, I know. But you got the wrong idea. You see, Horace is out of town for a few days, and I want to rent the same car that he had.
Oh, I see. You want to
rent the same car that he had. We went for a drive in it, and it was lovely, wonderful, fantastic.
Well, in that case, just one moment. Mr.
Holmes. Mycroft Holmes.
I have that record right here.
It was a Cadillac.
Yes, one of our finest. And that car is available.
Good.
Midway Rental Agency, I want to see Mr. Midway.
I want to rent a 1939 Studebaker President. 4 doors, green, white wall tires, all 4 of them. Had one before the war, sonny. Best damn car ever made.
You're drunk.
Damn well told I am.
But I want a 1939
Out of here, you
Studebaker
drunken old
President.
bum, you.
Who's gonna make me?
I said get out, you old drunk. I said out of here, you old drunk. Come on.
Who's old?
Out of here, out of here. I said, come on. You're gone. You're finished. Forget it.
Letters to Mr. Midway himself.
Mr. Holmes, what about the Cadillac?
I've changed my mind. I don't like the way you treat senior citizens.
Was Operation Confidential a success?
Oh, yeah, the operation was a success, but the patient died.
What do you mean?
Well, according to the rental records, Piccolo's still living with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We got a bite to eat. JP took hardly more than a bite. I dropped him off at Kevin's house, then drove home.
Hello, Mr. Spanner. We've been out a lot lately, haven't we?
Mrs. Bernstein, would you turn that light off? You scared the hell out of me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Spanner. You won't forget Friday night, stuffed cabbage rolls.
Just before I turned on the lights, I had a sinking feeling. But it was too late. I was sunk. Hello, folks. You want a drink?
You know what I want, old Dick.
Tony, look, all I need is... I need a little more time.
Maybe you need a little more incentive. I got to answer to some important people who are pretty mad. You know, it isn't easy for a lady to succeed in this business.
Just let me talk. Maybe I got the answer.
Talk?
The cops had you staked out, ready to bust the whole setup.
So I heard.
They grabbed the coke, 15 kilos.
Don't you think I heard that too? So?
So, I can't get the money back, but maybe I can get the cocaine back. That's what you were after anyway.
Yeah? Who are you gonna get it from?
Who else? The cops. Look. You're not going to get it back by killing me or breaking me in pieces. Just listen to me for a minute.
I'm listening. For a minute.
The cops invested a lot of time in you, and they came up looking bad, especially Yniguez.
That creep.
Maybe I can get that creep to give me the coke to set you up and nail you.
That's supposed to tempt me?
Well, it should. I double-cross the cops. I break the setup. You get the dope. You walk away clear and clean.
Why would you play it that way?
Because I'd rather answer to them than to you and Dr. Death here.
How do we set it up?
Whatever you say. If you don't like what's going down, just walk away. Tony's twisted little mind began to work, and she outlined a better plan than I could have. I agreed to everything, hoping that the police would, too.
You call me from a public phone booth if he goes for it. Lenny, fix it.
No thanks, Sam. Getting used to it.
Don't worry. He's good at it. Why'd you give me that crap about Sal Piccolo?
Seems like as good a story as any.
Didn't you know the salami was dead?
Not at the time. Sal made the cocaine connection for you, didn't he?
Just before he died. I didn't need him no more, so I killed him.
You set the fire? Your own grandfather?
He was old. And greedy.
What about those other people there?
What about him? And now I leave you with this, old dick. What Piccolo got'll seem gentle compared to what you get. If you cross me.
JP and I went to see Kevin and brought him up to date. He was the most astonished cop I ever saw. Until I repeated the details to the good sergeant.
I don't believe this.
What have you got to lose?
You mean besides $750,000 in coke, my job, my pension, my family, my self-respect, my sanity? Lieutenant, what do you say?
Sounds okay to me, Ben. But it's your case.
Yeah. And it's my butt.
I called Tony New and told her it was a go. She told me to go to another booth and she'd call. I did, and she did. Just like you wanted. I pick up the coke at 3 a.m.
Go home and wait till I call.
They've got point A staked out for the drop and bust just before dawn.
But I'm buying overpass at point B, where you toss the stuff and keep going.
When I get to point A, I tell them I was hijacked by strangers. All I need to know is...
Which overpass is point B?
Right.
I'll call you at around 3:30 and direct you to a couple of public phone booths for instructions.
Okay.
They wire you. Pull the plug at the phone booth. Try to cross me. You're a corpse.
Suppose the transmitter breaks when I toss it.
It won't. Sensitive, but strong.
Just like us, Jake.
You want me to drop you off, JP?
The fewer stops you make, the better.
I still think I ought to go along with you, fellas.
Not a chance, Pop. You can hear all about it in the morning.
I'll grab a cab.
Well, off we go to Sucker's Paradise.
Why didn't you tell him about the other transmitter and the caddy?
He can't talk about what he doesn't know.
I backed the caddy into the driveway, brought the Coke inside, and awaited. Hello.
Go to the middle phone booth at the gas station, corner of Beverly and Highland. But don't leave for 15 minutes.
I got it.
You'll get it all right, old Dick. Let's see the stuff, just to see if it's real.
Where were you, next door?
That's right.
I hope you had some of her cabbage rolls.
It's real.
Yeah, I bet it's hot, too.
Find it.
Transmitter.
See if he's wired.
I'm not.
Shut up.
He's not.
All right, find another bag. Toss some crap in it and the transmitter. Put the bag with the transmitter in his car. Now get going. Make sure nobody spots you. Okay, Droopy. You and me are gonna make the drop together.
You've got what you want. Why don't you just tie me up and go?
Because that's what you want. But I got other plans, and they include you. Remember, I got a friend back here who wouldn't mind blowing a hole through your ears. Both of them. Get on the freeway.
There are a lot of freeways.
Try Interstate 5. Take the next cutoff and keep going till I tell you to stop. Keep going. About a half mile, you'll see a small overpass. Stop on the left side. It's far enough. Get out. Take the bag with you. You'll see a pickup parked down there. Toss the bag as close to it as you can. Don't get your hopes up, old dick. That's Lenny. Come on, let's go. Get in the car. Move. Hurry
Hey,
up,
wait a minute.
let's go.
I left the keys in the caddy.
Good. Let's hope somebody steals it.
It's not insured.
Get in the middle.
Neither am I.
start, you son of a stubborn jackass. Come on, come on, come on.
Is that guy in the truck one of your other goons?
Nope. Just some sucker paid to make a pickup and head for Fullerton so the cops can follow him.
You know, you got brains, Tony. You really have.
Yeah? We're gonna leave yours out in the desert.
I'm seeing a ghost.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's a damn caddy. It's following me.
What's going on?
The caddy's in love with me.
Got a cop in there?
I hope so.
Lose him, Lenny.
Like they used to.
Shut up, or I'll knock your teeth out.
You're a little late.
Yes, ma'am.
JP and Jake Spanner to the ends of the earth.
Are you all right, Bridget?
Yeah. I'm okay. Jake?
Kev, I'm so
Jake.
sorry. It was all my fault.
Jake.
I should have kept him out of it.
Uncle Jake, will you shut up for a minute and listen to me? You don't have to tell me about my old man.
But that still doesn't excuse me.
Cancer. He had inoperable cancer. He wasn't afraid of dying. It was the pain. The waiting. The helplessness. He couldn't do anything about it. Jake, you gave him one last chance to do something. He was grateful for that. And I am too. Now get some sleep.
Sure. Hello.
Jake, I've been trying to reach you. I was just about to give up and go to bed.
Hello, Sandria.
I got a line on the Sap man. Collector for a shark, freelances on the side, and hired out to your man Winchester that night.
Did he meet up with Sal someplace?
Yeah, you're not gonna believe this.
I might believe it.
Met him downtown, at the entrance to the Coliseum. It seems the salami's been selling ice cream out of one of those bicycle carts.
Good old Sal. The purloined letter.
How's that?
The best place to hide is right out in the open. Thank you, Sandria.
My pleasure.
Suddenly, I didn't feel so old and tired. That he'd still be there was a long shot. But it was the only shot I had left.
Get your paper! Paper! Hey! Thank you, Miss
door, you son of a bitch! Mr. Salami, I presume.
Nice work, Jake.
What did you stick around for, Sal?
I just had to see how it was going to turn out. Either way, I couldn't lose.
But you did.
Well, I didn't think you were this good, Jake.
No. Neither did I. The fire, Sal. How'd you get out?
My beloved granddaughter conked me on the head, but I came to during the fire. I spotted this guy in the other room across from mine. And I tried to get him out, but he was long gone. Bad lungs.
Winchester.
Yeah. So I put him in my room and lifted his wallet.
Why'd you stick with the name?
Why not? He had nobody. Nothing. Except Social Security. And I could use that.
To set up Tony New and me. You knew she'd be carrying a matching case.
Creature of habit. This was her good luck piece.
Up till now. Only hers was filled with dough. Instead of that Chicago bankroll you flashed on me that night. And you were the canary who called Tony and told her about me.
I even sneaked back and muddied her license plate.
Where were you gonna run to, Sal?
An island paradise. Warm weather, cool drinks, and hot women. Hey, we could still do it. What do you say, Jake?
You're nuts.
No, you are if you stay. What are you going to do, hand over this money to the cops and get a handshake from the mayor?
The mayor's a nice man.
Yeah, but the big boys in the mob ain't, and they'll come after you.
But not in the tropical paradise?
Oh, I know a place. They won't find us in 100 years. And maybe the cops will find them first. In the meantime, warm weather, cool drinks, and...
I know.
Jake?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking, who controls the money?
What you do, of course. Jake? It's mob money. What do you say?
Well, it beats the hell out of eating cat food or cabbage rolls. First, we make a substantial donation to the John Wayne Cancer Clinic.
And then?
And then, like Bogart said in that picture, Salami, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful...
Friendship?
Business arrangement.
Yeah.
And fade to black. All right, let's talk about Jake Spanner, Private Eye, or as some of you might have seen it titled, Hoodwinked, which ironically is how I felt about halfway through this film. So, first impressions. Well, it certainly had charm, but it was that dusty old Hollywood kind. Robert Mitchum brought his A game as the titular character. You could tell he was having a lot of fun playing a washed-up gumshoe getting dragged back into the game. He wasn't phoning it in either. There was a twinkle in his eye, a little bite in his line delivery that kept things interesting. And Ernest Borgnine? He chewed through his scenes like a man who knew he had limited screen time and didn't want to waste a second of it. His lighter tone contrasted nicely with Mitchum's gruffness, balancing humour and warmth with the film's more serious moments. But let's be real, this wasn't exactly hard-boiled noir at its finest. The plot tried to play it like a slow-burn mystery, but it never really turned up the heat. There were too many scenes that felt like padding, like the film didn't trust itself to go deeper or get messier. It flirted with both nostalgia and satire, but it never fully committed to either. I would have preferred the movie to have embraced the more comedic moments, like when Jake walked into the nudist spa or when he shot down the cackling maniac in the plane. You know, the kind of absurdities you'd expect from a Naked Gun movie. But instead, it played it mostly straight and ended up feeling kind of beige. Still, for what it was, a TV movie riding on Mitchum's legacy, it was a bit of silly fun with a few good chuckles along the way. Watching him perform alongside his son James and brother John added a special, unexpected charm to the whole thing. So, while it was a mixed bag, I'm still giving Hoodwinked a passable 2.5 stars. If you had a different take, make sure you tell me about it in the comments, and before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Who knows? Leslie Nielsen might show up one of these days. This is Holy Critic, signing out.